The deep orange satin of Emily's halter neck gown caught the restaurant's ambient lighting like liquid fire, each shimmer a testament to the care she'd taken getting ready tonight. The plunging neckline and backless design had required careful consideration, no bra, strategic tape, and a confidence she'd cultivated over 7 years of marriage. Her Hollywood waves cascaded over one shoulder in perfect spirals, the result of 2 hours with her hairstylist and enough hairspray to survive a hurricane. James sat across from her, fidgeting with his watch, the Rolex she'd given him for their 5th anniversary when his promotion had finally come through. He looked handsome in his navy suit, the one that brought out his eyes. But something was off. All evening he'd been distracted, checking his phone, avoiding her gaze when she caught him staring. "You look incredible tonight," he said, finally meeting her eyes. The compliment felt forced, rehearsed. Emily smiled, adjusting the fabric of her dress where the daring thigh-high slit revealed her leg. "Thank you. I thought this occasion warranted something special." She raised her wine glass, the burgundy liquid catching the light. 7 years, James. Can you believe it? The Michelin-starred restaurant hummed around them with quiet sophistication. Other couples celebrated their own milestones, their laughter and intimate conversations creating a symphony of romance. Emily had chosen this place specifically, where James had proposed 3 years into their relationship, where they'd celebrated every major milestone since. "About that," James began, his hand moving to his jacket pocket. "I have something for you." Emily's heart fluttered. A jewelry box, perhaps? Maybe the diamond bracelet she'd admired in Tiffany's window last month? She'd been dropping hints, leaving browser tabs open on her laptop, circling items in magazines. Instead, James withdrew a small white envelope. Plain, unremarkable, with her name written in his careful block letters across the front. "An envelope?" Emily laughed, a sound that didn't quite reach her eyes. "Very mysterious. Open it." The weight of the envelope was wrong. Too light for concert tickets, too thin for a vacation itinerary. Emily's manicured nails, painted in a shade called Sunset Desire to match her dress, carefully lifted the flap. Inside was a single piece of paper. Laboratory letterhead, technical jargon, and then, in stark black and white, results that made her blood freeze in her veins. "Paternity test results," she read aloud, her voice barely above a whisper. "Probability of paternity, 99.7%. Y'all, restaurant's ambient noise faded to a dull roar. Her Hollywood waves suddenly felt too heavy, too much. The satin dress that had made her feel like a goddess now clung uncomfortably to her skin. "James," she said carefully, setting the paper down as if it might bite her. "What is this?" "I needed to know." His words came out in a rush. "About Lily. I needed to be sure. Their daughter. Their beautiful, perfect 3-year-old daughter with James's dimples and Emily's stubborn streak. The child who had completed their family, who had brought them closer than they'd ever been." "You needed to be sure," Emily repeated, her voice gaining strength. Around them, the restaurant continued its elegant dance, servers gliding between tables, wine glasses clinking in toasts, other couples lost in their anniversary bliss. "Em, you have to understand." "No." The word cut through the air like a blade. Emily's hand trembled as she picked up her wine glass, not to drink, but to have something to hold, something to keep her hands from shaking. "You tested our daughter's paternity, without telling me, on our anniversary. It's not what you think, isn't it?" Emily's laugh was bitter now, nothing like the melodious sound that usually drew James's smile. "You doubted that Lily was yours. You doubted me. You've been doubting us for... How long, James? How long have you been carrying this around?" The envelope lay between them like a declaration of war. Other diners began to notice the tension at their table, conversations lowering, sideways glances cast in their direction. "I love you," James said desperately. "I love Lily. This doesn't change anything. This changes everything." Emily stood, the deep orange satin flowing around her like molten metal. Her 3-inch heels clicked against the marble floor as she stepped away from the table. "You know what the most pathetic part is? You got confirmation that you're her father, and somehow that was supposed to be my anniversary gift. Your faith in me, your trust, delivered in a medical laboratory envelope. Emily, please sit down. People are staring. Let them stare." Her voice carried now, projecting the way she'd learned in her college theater days. "Let them see what 7 years of marriage looks like when your husband decides to play detective with your child's DNA." She gathered her small clutch purse, a delicate thing that matched her dress perfectly. Inside was her phone, her keys, her credit cards, everything she needed to walk away. "Where are you going?" Emily paused, her hand on the back of her chair. For a moment, in the restaurant's warm lighting, with her perfect waves and her stunning dress, she looked like a woman who had everything. James saw what he was losing, not just his wife, but the life they'd built, the future they'd planned. "Home," she said simply, "to pack your bags." The 30-minute drive home passed in a blur of city lights and bitter silence. James had followed her out of the restaurant, calling her name, but Emily had climbed into her car without a backward glance. Her hands gripped the steering wheel, so tightly her knuckles went white, the orange satin of her dress pooling around the driver's seat like spilled sunset. Their house stood in the exclusive Riverside neighborhood, a colonial revival they'd bought when James made partner at his law firm. White columns, black shutters, perfectly manicured lawn. It had been their dream home, the place where they'd planned to raise their family, grow old together. Now it felt like a mausoleum for their marriage. Emily's heels echoed against the hardwood floors as she climbed the stairs to their bedroom. Behind her, she heard James's car in the driveway, his key in the front door, his voice calling her name. She ignored it all. The walk-in closet they shared told the story of their life together. His suits hanging beside her dresses, his casual wear mixed with her workout clothes, their shoes arranged on custom shelving. 7 years of shared space, shared dreams, shared trust, or so she'd thought. Emily pulled James's largest suitcase from the top shelf, her movements sharp and decisive. The orange satin of her gown rustled with each motion, and she caught sight of herself in the full-length mirror, still beautiful, still perfectly put together, but something fundamental had changed in her eyes. The trust was gone. "Em, what are you doing?" James appeared in the doorway, his tie loosened, his hair disheveled from running his hands through it. "What does it look like?" Emily began pulling his clothes from hangers, folding them with mechanical precision. Shirts, pants, jackets, everything that made up the wardrobe of the man she'd thought she knew. "You're leaving." "I'm not going anywhere. We need to talk about this." Emily paused, a navy tie in her hands, the one she'd given him for Father's Day when Lily was born. "Talk about what, James? About how you secretly collected our daughter's DNA? About how you've been questioning her parentage for God knows how long? About how you thought the perfect anniversary gift was laboratory confirmation that you're not raising another man's child?" "You're being dramatic." The words hit her like a physical blow. Emily's head snapped up, her Hollywood waves catching, the bedroom's soft lighting. "Dramatic?" Her voice was dangerously quiet. "Dramatic is thinking your wife has been lying to you for 3 years. Dramatic is having your child tested behind your mother's back. Dramatic is destroying your marriage on your anniversary because you couldn't trust the woman you promised to love and honor." James sat heavily on their bed, the king-size mattress where they'd made love, shared dreams, whispered secrets, where they'd conceived Lily during a particularly romantic weekend 3.5 years ago. It wasn't about not trusting you. Then, what was it about? Emily turned to face him fully, her dress shimmering in the soft light. Because I'm trying to understand how the man I married, the man who held my hand during 36 hours of labor, who cried when Lily took her first steps, could look at our daughter and wonder if she was his. My mother. Your mother? Emily's voice rose. Your mother put this idea in your head? James rubbed his face with both hands. She made comments about how Lily doesn't look like me, how she has your coloring, your features. She said kids usually favor their fathers more. Your mother, who has never liked me. Your mother who thought you were settling when you married me. Your mother who said I trapped you with a pregnancy. Emily's laugh was hollow. That's who you listened to? She got in my head. She kept making these little remarks, planting seeds of doubt. James looked up at her, his eyes pleading. I know it was wrong. I know I should have talked to you. Emily resumed packing, her movements more aggressive now. She threw his workout clothes into the suitcase, followed by his bathroom essentials. When did you have her tested? How did you even get her DNA without me knowing? A few weeks ago. When I took her to the playground while you were at book club, I collected some of her hair from her brush in the car. A few weeks ago, Emily stopped moving. You've known for weeks that she's yours, and you still gave me those results tonight. Still made this some twisted anniversary surprise. I thought it would clear the air. Prove that I was being paranoid. Clear the air? Emily whirled around, the satin of her dress catching the light as it flared. You thought confirmation of our daughter's parentage would be a romantic gesture? You thought I'd be happy to learn that my husband has been questioning whether I cheated on him? The bedroom felt smaller suddenly, filled with 7 years of shared memories that now felt tainted. The photo on Emily's nightstand showed them on their wedding day, James lifting her veil, both of them laughing. Another showed the three of them last Christmas, Lily on James's shoulders, Emily's arm around his waist. I was going to throw the results away, James said quietly. When I got them back and saw that she was mine, I was ashamed. I almost threw them away. But you didn't. Emily zipped up the first suitcase and pulled out another. You saved them for our anniversary dinner. You thought they were a gift. I wanted you to know that I knew I was wrong, that I was sorry. Sorry? Emily's voice cracked for the first time since leaving the restaurant. You're sorry? James, you just told me that for weeks, maybe months. You've been looking at me and wondering if I'm a liar and a cheat. You've been looking at our daughter and questioning if she's yours. And you're sorry? She pulled his winter coats from the closet, the hangers scraping against the rod. Do you have any idea what this does to a person? What it does to me as your wife? As Lily's mother? I have never ever given you reason to doubt me. I know that now. You should have known it then. Emily's composure finally cracked. Tears began to fall, cutting tracks through her makeup. 7 years, James. 7 years I've been faithful, devoted, building a life with you, and some poisonous words from your mother made you question everything. She sank onto the edge of their bed, her perfect evening destroyed, her heart breaking in real time. The orange satin dress that had made her feel so confident, so beautiful, now felt like a costume for a play that had ended badly. I love you, James said desperately. I love you and I love Lily. This was a mistake, a terrible mistake, but it doesn't change how I feel about you. 3 days later, Emily sat in her sister's kitchen, still wearing the same orange satin dress, now wrinkled and stained with tears. Her Hollywood waves had been tied back in a messy bun, and the dramatic makeup had long since been washed away. She looked nothing like the goddess who had walked into that restaurant, yet something in her eyes had grown stronger. You can't keep wearing that dress, Sarah said gently, pouring another cup of coffee. It's beautiful, but it's not exactly everyday wear. Emily looked down at the expensive gown, remembering how invincible she'd felt putting it on. I don't want to take it off. The moment I do, this becomes real. The moment I change clothes, I have to start making decisions about the rest of my life. Honey, it's already real. Sarah sat across from her, studying her sister's face. James has called me 17 times. He's been staying at his brother's and apparently he's not eating, not sleeping. He looks like hell. Good. Emily. What? Emily's eyes flashed with anger. Am I supposed to feel sorry for him? He made his choice when he decided to test our daughter without telling me. He made his choice when he turned our anniversary into some twisted vindication of his paranoia. Sarah leaned back in her chair. Tell me something. Before that night, were you happy? The question caught Emily off guard. What? Before the paternity test, before the restaurant, before everything exploded, were you happy in your marriage? Emily was quiet for a long moment, absently smoothing the wrinkled satin of her dress. Yes. I thought we were building something beautiful together. I thought he trusted me. And did he trust you? In every other way? I thought so. Emily's voice was small. He never questioned where I went, who I was with. He supported my career, my friendships. He was a good husband and father until his mother poisoned his mind. Emily stood abruptly, pacing to the window. Outside, life continued normally. Neighbors walking dogs, children playing, couples holding hands. But that's the thing, Sarah. If he truly trusted me, if he truly knew me, his mother's words shouldn't have mattered. They shouldn't have been able to plant doubts about something so fundamental. People are human, Em. They make mistakes. This wasn't forgetting to take out the trash or leaving dirty dishes in the sink. Emily turned from the window, her dress catching the afternoon light. This was questioning the very foundation of our family. This was looking at our daughter and wondering if she was his. Sarah set down her coffee cup. What do you want to do? The question hung in the air between them. Emily had been avoiding it for 3 days, living in a strange limbo where she didn't have to decide anything, didn't have to face the future. I don't know, she admitted. I love him. I hate him. I'm furious with him. I'm heartbroken. I want to go home and pretend this never happened, and I want to file for divorce and make him pay for the rest of his life. What does your gut tell you? Before Emily could answer, her phone rang. James's number flashed on the screen, the 31st call since she'd left the restaurant. Usually she let it go to voicemail. This time, for reasons she couldn't explain, she answered. Emily? His voice sounded rough, exhausted. Please don't hang up. I'm listening. I know what I did was unforgivable. I know I betrayed your trust in the worst possible way. But I need you to know that I never stopped loving you. Not for 1 second. Emily closed her eyes, sinking back into the kitchen chair. Love isn't enough, James. Love without trust is it's just words. Then let me earn it back. Let me show you that I know how wrong I was. Let me spend the rest of our lives proving to you that I trust you completely. How? The word came out as a whisper. How do you prove something? Like that? How do I know that the next time your mother makes a comment, or the next time doubt creeps in, you won't question me again? Because I know now what it feels like to lose you. I know what it costs. James's voice cracked. Emily, I've been living in hell for 3 days, knowing that my stupidity, my weakness, might have destroyed the best thing in my life. Emily looked across the kitchen at Sarah, who was trying to pretend she wasn't listening to every word. Her sister gave her an encouraging nod. Lily keeps asking where you are, James continued. I don't know what to tell her. How do I explain that Daddy was an idiot who didn't appreciate what he had? Don't you dare use our daughter to manipulate me. I'm not. I'm telling you that she needs her parents together. She needs her family intact. And so do I. Emily stood, again, walking to the window. In the distance, she could see a couple pushing a stroller, their heads bent together in conversation. Once upon a time, that had been her and James. It could be again, but everything would be different. "If I come home," she said slowly, "things change. I'm not the same woman who left that restaurant 3 days ago. I won't be. I know." "I mean it, James. I'm not going to spend our marriage walking on eggshells, wondering when you'll doubt me again. I'm not going to pretend this didn't happen. I don't want you to pretend. I want us to work through this together." Emily caught her reflection in the kitchen window, the orange satin dress now symbolic of something deeper than an anniversary dinner. It represented the woman she'd been, and perhaps the woman she was becoming. "We'll need counseling. Real counseling, not just a few sessions to patch things up." "Yes. And your mother." Emily's voice hardened. "She doesn't get to poison your mind against me anymore. You set boundaries with her or we're done." "Already handled. I told her exactly what her comments did to our family. She won't be welcome in our home until she can treat you with the respect you deserve." Emily was quiet for a long moment, processing everything. 7 years of marriage, 3 years of parenthood, a lifetime of dreams. It all hung in the balance of this conversation. "I'll come home," she said finally. "But I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for Lily, and I'm doing it for me, because I'm not going to let your mistake take away the life I built. I'm not going to let your doubt win." "Thank you." James's relief was palpable. "Thank you for giving us another chance." "Don't thank me yet," Emily said, looking down at the wrinkled orange satin that had witnessed the destruction and potential rebirth of her marriage. "Thank me when you prove you deserve it." After she hung up, Sarah came over and put an arm around her sister's shoulders. "You sure about this?" Emily nodded slowly. "I'm sure that I love the man I married, even if I'm furious with him. I'm sure that Lily deserves to see her parents fight for their marriage, and I'm sure that I'm strong enough to rebuild what was broken, as long as he's willing to do the work too." "And if he's not?" Emily smiled for the first time in 3 days, a genuine smile that reached her eyes. "Then I'm strong enough to walk away and build something new. But this dress has one more chapter left in it." As she prepared to go home, Emily caught sight of herself in the hallway mirror. The orange satin was wrinkled. The Hollywood waves were long gone, but the woman wearing the dress looked different. Older, wiser, more aware of her own strength. She was ready to face whatever came next.